it's Indira from Indie Arts Creations. Thanks for joining me again. So I'm going to call this the road to the Black Mamba III because as when I did number 2, I've had to pour a couple of times. So this is only my second attempt. And then I'll make a decision from here. But before, so how did we get to 3? Because I did a 3-part series, meaning 3 paintings. So I want to show you the first and the second that made it. So this is Black Mamba 1.0. And if you don't know, this is in honor of Kobe Bryant. I wanted to do a series of purple and gold to represent his colors for the Lakers. And this is number 2, Black Mamba 2.0. And I'm doing a third one. So the sizes are 10 by 10 and 8 by 8 and then another 8 by 8. And the way that they will be staged is that the 10 by 10 will sit in the middle. The white one, which is the second one, will sit to the left, and the last one will sit to the right. And so what I'm doing with the last one is I'm doing a black background. The last one, I'm sure it might be the technique, but although I know I can't expect a different result if I'm doing the same thing, I'm going to still do the flip cup. I'm just going to add a little white, yikes, we'll see how that turns out. But when I looked at them, I did put all 3 pieces together, you know, next to each other earlier, just to see how that black looked. It didn't look bad, and I did kind of like the diversity because the first 2 pieces are similar in technique. So they were both puddle pours, but the first one was a wrecked puddle pour, meaning if you didn't see the first video, I think I used a stick and I just went through it with my hand. So again, we're going to use a black negative space. I was running out of purple, so I had some, but I'm using another one, which is slightly darker. I think it's called Dioxazine Purple, and that's by DecoArt. The violet is by artist Loft. The gold is by Liquitex. And our black negative space, which is black, is by artist Loft as well. Since I've been painting, I've kind of used a pouring medium formula with the paint that I had gotten from another artist, Canella. She's out of Canada. And so I never really thought about if paint was kind of too thick or not. But I have seen a lot of artists that say that the paint should kind of be the consistency of warm honey, and I'm not sure that all paintings have to be that consistency. I definitely think the Dutch pour needs to be, because the Dutch pour is when you're using a blow dryer, and I definitely think if the paint is too thick, then of course it's not going to spread over the canvas that great. So I did thin the black out just a tad bit. I'm not sure. I mean, I tried to make sure that they're all thinner. They're not warm honey thin, but they are thinner than earlier. And so I did the darker purple by DecoArt, and then what I did was I still had the violet and I mixed one. So what I'm going to do is, I think this is enough paint. If not, I have a little more violet and it would get us through this piece. So without further ado, let's get started. I need to step away for 1 sec though. So So I wanted to spread with, oh, I'm not spreading, that's right. I thought I was going to spread, and so I went to go get something to spread with. So because I'm going to do the open cup, I'm just going to pour it right here in the center. And then last time I had used the cookie cutter, that was my first time doing that. So this is the purple that is mixed. And so I like this technique for a couple of reasons. Like sometimes I feel like this technique gives good cells. And I wanted some cells in the piece. I really did. Let me just thin this gold out just a little. It didn't necessarily have to be thinned out, but I just want to thin it just a tad. So because we have so many shades, or 3 shades, I don't know if that's so many. Because we have a few shades of purple, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put the next shade in, and then I'm gonna put some white in. I was looking at it because now I almost can't tell, and I think that's the darker. And the first one that I laid was the mixed purples. So I'm going to see if we can get through one more. It's starting to come from under the cup, so we're doing good. I didn't think we needed to necessarily have any black in it, but I just put a little black in it. So the last time what happened was that, let's see, the gold, kind of like the black took over the gold a little bit. And it wasn't as rich as I would like. Oh boy, just when I think we don't have enough, of course we do. So I don't know if you saw that, but I'm trying to move it back a little bit. I don't want it to drip off just yet. And I think I'm going to layer a lot with the gold because I need to make sure, because of all of the purples that we have, I just want to make sure that we have enough gold. Like, I'm loving the cells. I'm loving the cells. So after this, I'm going to take it off. I don't even think I need to really kind of swirl it or anything. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a lot of cell action. I kind of like cells. I mean, not every painting needs cells. Let me just pop a couple bubbles. And I don't know if you realize, but when I torched it just then, some cells even came up. So the thing with it is that we have all of these cells, right? And if I take my time, we may be able to keep a lot of them. But inevitably, some of them are gonna roll off the canvas. So I was a little nervous about the white. The white isn't showing up that good, and I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Because I didn't want the white to overpower, because I really didn't want to add white, but I figured I'll just give it a little white because I really just wanted to stick with whatever the negative space was that I used. And then I really like this, guys. I think this is going to be number 3. And then the golden purple. I am going to go like super duper ooper slow because I really like the composition of this, and I don't want to, I mean, unless I stopped right here, and sometimes I have to know when I should stop. Unless I were to stop right here and just cover the corners with black, like for instance, we can kind of do this around here, can say that is our painting. There is a such thing as overstretching, right? And so when you overstretch, then you know you stretch it out so much so that like in this case, if we were to overstretch, like, or if we were just to stretch more, like I'm gonna lose some of what I like. Like I really like all of the cells that are created here. I'm gonna stretch just a little more because I can bring this back some too. So I can stretch and we can almost like call this corner and let it go off. And I did lose the cell formation, but I think I'm okay with that. I won't totally know until I kind of like kick myself later, like, oh, I should have left it. But yeah, I think what we'll do is I think we'll take it down. Let me look at something. So what I was trying to do is this big gold piece right here. I was trying to see if I could move it up more, but it's not going to go up more. It's not going to go up as far as what I would have liked it to go up to. So I think we're going to leave that. Now I kind of almost wish I didn't let the cells run off, but you know, it kind of is what it is. So again, I really like it. The gold, let's see. I like it. I think that I'm not going to stretch it, but so much more because I don't want it to do what that did. Like I loved those cells and then I let them go. So I think we're going to stop. I will, I'll work on it a little bit off camera because I need to take some black, but I mean, I do need to take some black. I need to take some black and put it around. And I'm hoping that I can almost like leave this corner. I think that that's really cool. So I'm going to try to slowly put the black around there. And I will be back for a close-up after I do the edges. I got to work it a little bit to put some black on these two edges at closest to me. I can't remember right now if it's at your top or bottom. I apologize. Yeah, so I'll be back soon for a close-up. Hello, here we are for the close-up. We're starting in the left corner. The left has a slight bit of black, and I'm pointing that out because all of the corners have some black. So we have some nice cells throughout. The gold and the purple are really vibrant, and that's what I was looking for. And they're really intertwined really well. That was another thing that I had wanted in this piece. I'm going to move along to the right hand bottom corner, and as we can see, that's black too, but we have some purple, we have some gold. I put a little splash of white. I'm not sure if you remember, and I'm happy that it's not a lot. I didn't want it to be a lot. I really originally just wanted to do the two colors, but white, because of the black background, does add a nice accent. So I'm going to come out and I'm going to come out just to show you the whole painting. So I really like it. I'm happy that I did a black negative space. I think that that will be a nice contrast to this series as a whole, since the other two pieces are white negative spaces. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Please like and share this video. If you haven't, please subscribe. To those who have, I really appreciate it, and I'm really humbled by you sharing your time with me. Until we meet again, cheers to painting.